This is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, September 16th through Sunday, September 22nd, 2019. Just a reminder that if you want to understand the big picture of this whole month of September, as this is a huge turning point month for the releasing of karmic energies and karmic patterns from this and previous lifetimes, and an eventual initiation into some new energies and new beginnings, please make sure to go onto my YouTube channel and watch the monthly angel card reading for the month of September to understand that larger scope of what we're talking about here. So for this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Archangel deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice for the week. Now, I will say before I show you the stones of choice that Saturn is the highlight of this week, as he will be turning back to direct motion, which is really a big deal when we talk about the scope of the past few weeks and past few months of the bringing up of old karmic patterns and the repeat of situations and circumstances and patterns within relationships that we've been going through. So I chose 3 stones that to me would emulate some of that Saturn quality. And Saturn again rules form, structure, manifestation, commitment, maturity. Saturn rules third dimensional time. It rules the feeling of restriction, limitation, and he's known as the great teacher of lessons, which brings into account all of this karmic energy that he also rules. So the first stone of choice here, and I got all of these stones, by the way, at the crystal fair that I just went to a couple of weeks ago. So this is a smoky point. It's actually a double terminated smoky point. And the smoky quartz helps to gently neutralize negative vibrations. So any kind of negative vibrations in or around you, emotions, circumstance, situations, thought forms, the smoky quartz is going to help to, again, very gently neutralize those negative vibrations. It helps to disperse fear. It helps to lift depression. And it helps to relieve stress and anxiety. And then your second stone of choice is this very interesting ammonite. That's A-M-M-O-N-I-T-E, ammonite. And this is a fossil, and it does look like a fossil. It's a powerful earth healing stone. And so when I think about that powerful earth healing stone, I think that our connection to the earth mother is through our root chakra. So in essence, this is also going to help to heal those base chakra or root chakra energies of our sense of security, stability, and manifestation abilities. This also helps to lift heaviness, heavy energies in or around you. It helps to stimulate the life force energy or the chi. And this stone ammonite has absorbed over many, many years powerful cosmic energy, which is why it helps to stimulate that life force and chi within you. Okay, and then the last stone of choice, we've seen this before. This is one of my favorite stones, is labradorite. Now, the labradorite is a stone of transformation. It's a stone of strength, perseverance. It helps to balance and protect the aura from lower vibrational energies. It helps to ground the spiritual energies here on the earth plane, and it assists with change that's happening. So again, your stones of choice are the smoky quartz, the ammonite, or the labradorite. So let's talk about the astrology energies for the week. Again, it's a very powerful week because last week we had a full moon on Friday, Saturday, Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, depending on what part of the world you live in. We had a full moon in Pisces at 21 degrees. Now, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and it's a completion energy because it is the last sign of the zodiac. So we're talking about a completion phase with that full moon we had last week. And now here this week, we have Saturn at a stationary point. Now remember, Saturn rules karmic lessons, karmic energies, karmic patterns from this and previous lifetimes. Again, he's known as the great teacher of lessons. So as of even last week, Saturn was slowing down to a standstill. So we were feeling some of those Saturn karmic energies coming to a head. Now this could have been felt by added responsibilities in our life. Saturn rules responsibility. It could have felt like we were lifting or carrying a heavy burden of some sort in our life, which Saturn also rules. Again, the Saturn restrictive energies are that burden, responsibility, restriction, limitation, karmic lessons. But remember too that Saturn has a positive side, just like every planet has a negative and a positive energy about it, or a way that it can be witnessed or experienced. And Saturn's positive is about learning the lesson so that we don't have to carry it into, the next phase in our life, okay, or even into the next lifetime, if you want to call it that. Saturn brings a sense of maturity. Saturn brings things into manifestation. Saturn brings things into a sense of structure, stability, form. So here we have on Wednesday the 18th, Saturn at its stationary point of 14 degrees Capricorn and turning back to direct motion. So again, for the past week and a half, even maybe 2 weeks, we've been feeling the Saturn slowing down and bringing up all of these responsibilities and things we've been carrying and things that we're needing to learn on a karmic or spiritual level. Now that Saturn has turned back to direct motion on Wednesday the 18th, it signifies a time period where we can really release these old patterns, but it's a choice. Remember, we have free will. So it's our choice whether to step out of that karmic cycle and step into a brand new and potentially more positive karmic cycle. And the reason why I brought up the full moon last week is because that was part of this energy. Things really came to a head with the full moon. Things were, the previous to the full moon, the energies were very up and down and maybe a little chaotic, maybe a little confusing with all of the mutable planets that we have had in the sign of Virgo. Now, as the end of last week, right after the full moon on Friday, Saturday, the 13th and 14th, we did have 2 of those 4 planets move into Libra. Mercury moved into Libra, Venus moved into Libra. We still have the Sun and Mars left in Virgo. This Saturn cycle of turning to direct motion at 14 degrees Capricorn is riding on the tails of that full moon in the completion sign of Pisces. Again, bringing old situations, circumstances, relationships, relationship patterns, energies, belief systems within us to a close if we so choose. Now on Thursday the 19th, Mars, which is still in Virgo as I mentioned, is in a positive aspect to Pluto. Mars rules energy, action, and forward movement. Pluto rules power, control, transformation, regeneration, death and rebirth types of energies. It is a positive connection between the two. However, with Mars and Virgo, Mars wants to move forward but has to take small little steps and pay attention to the details as it's still in Virgo. Now, Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio. Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio. So we have the 2 planets that rule Scorpio in this energy dynamic. And although it's a positive energy dynamic, there still could be some power and control kinds of energies, but hopefully it's about you stepping into your power, you owning your power, reclaiming your power from past energy situations, stepping into and empowering yourself with the small steps that you're taking to transform your life. So again, look at this as a very positive. It's a positive connection, and we want to utilize it in the most possible way in that day after Saturn turns back to direct motion. On Saturday the 21st, we have Jupiter, planet of abundance, prosperity, blessings, the planet of expansion, and the planet that rules our belief systems, and a challenging aspect to Neptune. Now, Neptune is the planet of the spiritual realm, things unseen, things intangible. Jupiter likes to expand the energies, and since this is a challenging connection between the two of them, it could expand some confusion energies, some energies of chaos, some energies of judgment even, because Jupiter rules that expansion principle in our belief systems, and he's in his home sign of Sagittarius, which can be a little opinionated, sometimes can be a little judgmental. And again, Jupiter's going to expand that. It might be within the realm of our spiritual belief systems, one person versus another person's spiritual belief systems, or one group of people versus another group of people and their spiritual belief systems. Jupiter does rule like religion, as opposed to spirituality. Like I can say I'm a spiritual being and I don't adhere necessarily to any religious doctrine. But Jupiter likes to look at more of the religious doctrine a lot of the times, whereas Neptune likes to look at more of the spiritual energies and belief systems that a person has and follows rather than a religion. Now, Jupiter is in a mutable sign, changeable sign, Sagittarius. Neptune is in a mutable, changeable sign, Pisces. So again, these energies can be very vacillating, flip-floppy, and all over the place. Now, the reason why this is an important time period or an important transit is because Jupiter has already challenged Neptune 2 other times this year. The first time was on January the 13th. The second time this year was on June 16th. So this is the third and last time, while Jupiter is in Sagittarius and Neptune is in Pisces, that these two will challenge one another in this way. So if you can think back to earlier in the year, those time periods of January and June, and what maybe was happening in your life or even in the collective, you might have a better idea of how this will play out right now in this month of September, knowing that again, there's a completion energy surrounding this Jupiter-Neptune phase of energy. The other thing that kind of strikes me before I talk about the last aspect this week is that Jupiter and Neptune connected on January 13th, and the 13 number is a karmic number in numerology. And the second time it connected was on June 16th, and the 16 number is a karmic number in numerology. So the 13 is all about transformation, death and rebirth. The number 16 usually signifies some sort of huge circumstantial redirection or happening in one's life, like the rug getting pulled out from under you and things really externally going through this huge shift. And the other thing I realized that I forgot to mention in the beginning of this video is that this week is Monday the 16th through Sunday the 22nd. And again, here we have the number 16 repeating itself. And then we have the 22nd, which is Sunday of this week. And the number 22 is a master number in numerology. So we have all these karmic energies, karmic number energies, and then the master number energy with the 22, which brings about this idea of security, stability, building a solid foundation for ourselves. The number 22 is the master builder, the master manifester in numerology. So I just thought that was interesting, and I thought I would point it out to everybody. Okay, so now Sunday the 22nd. So here's another 22. Obviously, it's the last day of the week, which we already mentioned. But on Sunday the 22nd, we have Mercury in a challenging aspect to Saturn, which has just gone back to direct motion on Wednesday the 18th. So Saturn is still not moving very fast. He's still at a stationary point, which makes his energies intensified. When a planet is turning to retrograde motion or turning back to direct motion and is at a stationary point, it intensifies the energies of that planet in whatever sign that it happens to be in. Now Mercury, as we mentioned, moved into Libra late last week. So Mercury, the planet of thoughts, ideas, the mind, it's in the sign of relationships, partnerships, balance, equality, and it's challenging Saturn, who again is not moving very fast and is bringing up karmic lessons. So there definitely may be some karmic lessons in communications with other people where we need to really stay patient and in a state of balance. Saturn kind of brings in this idea of needing to have patience while things are being learned, while those lessons in our life are being learned on a soul level. The other thing I'll mention about the astrology this week is that we're in the last day of Virgo energies on Sunday the 22nd, meaning the sun in Virgo. Remember, we had Mercury and Venus move into Libra last week. The beginning of next week's reading on Monday the 23rd, we'll have the sun moving into Libra, and Mars is still going to stay in Virgo for a little bit of time, but you see we're now shifting out of the Virgo energies of conservative, practical, grounded, but yet mutable, changeable, bringing up some anxieties, focusing on work and service to other people, focusing on the details, focusing on the energy of discernment. And now we're starting to slowly move into the Libra energies, which is again about balance, partnership, relationships, harmony, equality. So I wanted to just mention that Sunday the 22nd is the last day that the sun will be in Virgo. So let's go ahead and take a look at the message from our angels and guides here in the Psychic Tarot. So the first card, okay, Major Arcana 21, which is the Universe card. This is the last of the Major Arcana, again, signaling a karmic cycle of completion on a soul level or on a spiritual level. So this is both within the collective as well as within our lives personally. And remember, we had that full moon in Pisces, last sign of the zodiac last week. We have Saturn turning to direct motion, again signalizing the end of some sort of karmic cycle. So I'm not surprised to see the Universe card here. You know, the Universe card can signify a transition from one chapter of our lives to another. Now this can be situational, so again, circumstances, relationships, situations, sort of like work, job, career, money, finances, home, family, partnerships, relationships. There can be some sort of completion to them. They don't necessarily have to end, but there has to be a completion of the old way of operating in them. And that brings me to the completion phase on an energetic level. Sometimes the completion phase is with our thoughts, our emotional patterns, subconscious patterns, belief systems, karmic, past life karmic, ways of operating. So there's definitely a completion phase that's going on here with the Universe card. And we're definitely divinely protected and guided. You can see this wonderful, to me, guide angel, the energy of the universe here that is assisting you as you move forward into a new cycle here soon. Now we do have a new moon later this month, so we really are, since that full moon, we have a couple of weeks to wind up some energies here. But let's go ahead and look at this next card. And this card came out with the Universe card when I chose the card. Two cards sometimes get pulled when, I mean to pull one. They often stick together somehow. So let's look at this one. And this one is Major Arcana 14. And in this deck, it's called Patience. And we did talk about patience with Saturn. Saturn is about third dimensional time and space. And we're operating in third dimensional timing. So this is saying to me that we need to have patience with this cycle of completion that's happening, that maybe it won't happen all at once. Don't beat up on yourself if you don't make the changes necessary right away. Allow things to unfold in divine timing and have, again, that sense of patience about it. Now, the traditional card, or the traditional tarot, Major Arcana number 14, is the Temperance card. And Temperance is about balance and patience as well. So definitely stay balanced at this time as you're moving through this completion cycle, and make sure that you allow yourself the time to let things unfold in divine time. There may be some actions you have to take to move from one cycle to another, but be patient about the process. Virgo is about the process anyway. And again, with the Sun and Mars still in Virgo, we're definitely dealing with a process here. So let's take a look at the next card. And this card, wow, another Major Arcana, number 8. In this deck, it's called Power. In the traditional tarot card, I'm sure a lot of you have already realized that this is the Strength card. The Strength card often shows a woman with a lion. In this case, we have a man's face, and the man's face is half of his own face and half lion. So we're talking about confidence, courage, power. And we did talk about empowerment. Remember the Mars and Pluto aspect, and Pluto rules power. And this is about us empowering ourselves and moving out of old ways of believing, experiencing, feeling, thinking, operating within the completion of this Saturn cycle here. So move into your power, merge into your power. This is a person that's merging in with the lion energy. You also may have a strong affinity, some of you, to the feline energy. So whether it's lion or panther or cougar, if there's any that comes to mind for you, I would definitely look up what that totem is all about for you right now, as there can be some very powerful messages within that feline totem energy. And maybe it's just with cats. I mean, my beloved cat who passed away a while back, I definitely had a strong connection with her. Again, it's still that feline energy. And even the domestic house cat has a spiritual message to it. So make sure that if that calls to you, you look that up. Stand in your truth is a phrase I just heard. So stand in your truth and take actions accordingly. The number 8 numerologically is about career path, life path, destiny path, money, finances, and again, owning your power on a spiritual level, being your own inner authority. Okay? Let's look at the last card here. Whoops. And the last card, wow, very powerful week, because this is another major arcana card. This is number 19. And in this deck, it's called Light. And we see this person that's just reaching for the light here. Now, in the traditional tarot, this is the Sun card. And the Sun card is about, again, confidence, success, recognition. In this particular card, in the symbology, I feel like we're releasing that Saturn karma, and we're learning the Saturn lessons, and we're reaching more to a higher state of being, feeling, experiencing. We're reaching towards the light. We're reaching towards a higher dimensional energy here. Now, it dawns upon me that we have more karmic numbers here, because number 14 with patience, this is a karmic number in numerology, which is about karmic lessons regarding our sense of freedom, whether it be our physical freedom or our spiritual freedom, the idea of feeling spiritually free from something, which would be like being free from karmic lessons. And then we have karmic number 19 in numerology, which is about standing on your own 2 feet, learning to take charge of your life and make things happen for yourself, but at the same time, allowing other people to help you, collaborating with these other people, being the humanitarian and working with others. So it's kind of a self and others mixture here that we're learning how to balance karmically. So I love how we end with this light card here. And this can also relate to the Jupiter-Neptune square, challenging square aspect that I talked about. Because Jupiter wants to expand into a higher inspirational energy in Sagittarius. And Neptune, of course, is about unconditional love. It's the planet of the spiritual realm. So it rules unconditional love and compassion and everyone feeling in a sense of unity with one another. And so when I see the word light and I see the images on this card, and she's even reaching for the stars, and she's got this halo of golden yellow light around her, it really feels magical and empowering here as we're reaching towards that higher spiritual energy. All right, let's take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So for those of you that chose the smoky quartz, let's give this a little bit of shuffle. And again, this is the Archangel deck. I need to take a deep breath here and just close my eyes for a minute. And this one's calling my attention as I open them. So for the smoky quartz people, love it. Brilliant idea with Archangel Uriel. And it says, yes, Your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. We have Archangel Uriel on a unicorn Pegasus, getting ready to take flight. He's got a lightning bolt arrow in his hands. And so I feel like you're going to have some sort of flash of insight. You're going to have some sort of aha moment coming in. You're going to have some idea or some message that's divinely guided as far as what to do, which way to go, what decision to make, what to do next with your path. Archangel Uriel helps us to heal our belief systems, helps to heal the mental body. He also, to me, is the archangel that helps us to open up the crown chakra to the claircognizance ability, which is clear knowing, where we just know something to be right, we know something to be true for ourselves, because we're channeling the energy from the divine source. We open up that crown chakra and it's like a download of spiritual higher dimensional energy that comes forth. And again, you're going to have this very quick flash or sudden flash of insight or knowingness about something. And as that comes in, take action on it. Make it happen. Do something with it. Take a step towards that truth for you. All right, let's take a look at the special message card for the Ammonite people. Okay, Ammonite, this one's calling my attention right away. And this one is teaching and learning with Archangel Zadkiel. And it says, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. So, you know, the first card and this second card, the brilliant idea and this teaching and learning, they both have a lot of the golden yellow into the orange colors in it. So I think about the solar plexus chakra. This is about our sense of willpower and our sense of empowerment. The sacral chakra, the orange color, is about creative self-expression. So speaking, teaching, writing, learning, becoming a student of life, learning something new and sharing that information with other people, that may definitely be indicated. Keep an open mind. How you feel like the next step in your life should go, or when you're making a decision, how you feel like the outcome should unfold, may not be the way you think it is or should be. So just be open. Keep an open mind as to how the universe directs or redirects you on your path. This keep an open mind reminds me of Jupiter squaring Neptune as well, because Jupiter, again, rules our belief systems. And sometimes we have to expand into a higher perspective of looking at something from a different vantage point, or again, a different perspective to understand what our divine truth is. I feel like all of a sudden I heard Akashic Records as well. So I feel like those of you that got this as a message card have the ability right now to tap into your Akashic Records to understand better your divine truth and what that divine truth holds for you as far as what decisions to make, you know, what guidance to follow, what direction to travel down. So just in meditation, ask Archangel Zadkiel, but also I think about Archangel Metatron when I think about the Akashic Records. So call upon them and ask if you can kind of enter your own Akashic Records and see them, feel them, read them, understand them. This is going to help to give you some clarity as to what the next steps are. And of course, Archangel Zadkiel here is holding kind of a torch and a flame. So your angels and guides are lighting the way to what it is you're supposed to understand to be able to move forward. Okay, let's take a look at the special message card for the Labradorite people. Okay. Labradorite, this one's calling my attention for Labradorite. Crystal clear intentions with Archangel Michael. Okay, and this says, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. So Archangel Michael, of course, is the archangel of protection, the archangel of clearing away lower vibrational energies. He helps us with the next step on our highest and most important destiny path when we ask him to lead us that way. And we have to be really clear about what we want. When we're not clear about what we want, the energies waver because the universe doesn't hear the clear intention, doesn't get the clear intention as far as what we want to do, where we want to go, what we want to manifest. And you don't have to understand all of the details. It's very rare that one would. And in fact, sometimes it can be very limiting to the universe and how it brings you what it is that you're asking for. So rather have crystal clear intentions about how you want to feel, how you want to experience life, what it is that you want to do as far as the big picture, but maybe not having all the details regarding that. So if this is about career or life purpose or destiny, just see yourself, for those of you, for instance, that want to be of service to humanity, or maybe you want to be of service to the Earth Mother. It's that kind of generality that you want to be crystal clear about, and then let the universe fill in all the details of how it's going to happen or how it's going to manifest or what exactly that's going to look like. In relationship, visualize true love, unconditional love, support, equality, whatever it is, the qualities that you desire in a partnership relationship, but you don't necessarily have to see what that person looks like or attach a face or an image to it. Again, let the universe bring what's in your highest and best interest to you. So just be clear, and this is about using the mental body. Archangel Michael here is surrounded by the gold and yellow, but then he's surrounded by the blue color, which indicates throat chakra energy, being crystal clear about what you speak or communicate to the universe. And it's around the head too. It's the thought energy. So your thoughts, your ideas, and speaking those intentions out loud in a meditation of sorts. Perhaps sometime this week, especially with Saturn going direct, and we already had the full moon, but we're just coming off of the full moon. So be clear and send that out to the universe as far as what you desire. So I hope you've all liked this weekly angel card reading. I want to thank all of you for subscribing to the channel, sharing my videos, commenting on my videos, sending your love and light. For those of you that visit me on Facebook or visit my new website, thank you so much for all of the love and support and beauty that you send my way. I send it right back to you. I send you a lot of love and light, and I send you a lot of angel blessings.